actual start. It's gonna be a great ride. There's a little historical fact. Apparently here, that was a bison jump. What I guess apparently ancient people used to do is they used to chase the bison over the cliff and they would collect the bodies at the below. But this is gonna be a great ride. Oh, I can't wait to get it going. Okay, to start this trip off, this is the Sawtooth National Forest, and I wanted to give it its own little section just because of how beautiful the ride is. You're gonna, I excessively really enjoyed it. If you don't know what the Sawtooth National Forest is, because it falls in Idaho. It gets overlooked because of all the other parks that are in the area. The most notably is there's Glacier National Park not too far away in Montana, and you got Yellowstone National Park, obviously in Wyoming. It is right in that area, but this park in its own right is also gorgeous and an outdoors dream. It's in the middle of Idaho and also in the Utah and covers over 2 million acres. So you can have a whole lot of fun and there's a whole lot to explore. And this is just the ride through it, just going across, like east to west. Now this is very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Here I am, I didn't know this was here, I didn't know anything about it, but there's a ghost town 4 miles across that bridge up that way. It's an abandoned town. Apparently it's a kind of a tourist trap. The issue is, it doesn't open till 9, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. So, I really don't want to wait around here till 9 a.m. where it opens up. Put it on the to-do list on a later date because, oh God, I want to get into the riding and I don't want to sit around here for an hour waiting for it to open up. Plus, push comes to shove, there are actually a lot of abandoned towns. I mean, I'm sure they've put a little more effort into this one. I've seen a number of them. But I thought it would be cool if I actually did it, but okay. But we'll continue on. Oh, if anyone's curious, when it comes to gas, this is technically all federal land. So you want to fill up before you get in. Because not that there isn't gas stations in the park, there are. The problem is they know that they're like the only gas stations in the park, so they up the price. So you want to make sure you fill up right before you get in because you're going to get the cheapest gas and you want to try and use all that gas. You want to make sure you get out without using all that gas. Yeah, I didn't stop at the ghost town. I'm sure it's all lovely and all that stuff, and well, decrepit or whatnot, but yeah, like I said, there are plenty of towns, especially in the Southwest, that have been abandoned that you can check out as well. They're just not upkeep. You know, if you have a standardized ghost town that's which is a tourist trap, not only is it a tourist trap, it's also well maintained, so you know that nothing's gonna fall. You can get that extra air of danger if you visit a ghost town, which is an actual ghost town, because not only are the buildings not upkept, people could be living there. So, you know, you could also fear for your life. I pause here for a moment because they're talking about the Clayton smelter. I guess this is where they found lead and silver mineral deposits about 12 miles north, and this is where they had a smelter years and years and years ago. But just look at it. The main reason I stopped, and hopefully you can see the town there, has a population of 7. 7 people in that town. Isn't that cool?
The main thing kind of going across here is just the epic scale and the epic beauty of the area. Just look at all the mountains that are coming in. Those, of course, are the Rocky Mountains. And in the beginning part, you see these small desolate towns which probably get pounded with snow during the winter, so there's very few people living at them. And you can kind of go through areas and you can hear kind of the early settlers here, because mountains were a great source to find like copper and a lot of minerals, which would be important for people fashioning tools. And even later, even in our modern day, you know, mining is still like a tremendously important thing to get the raw materials in order to build like technology. You know, the silver, the lithium, and all that stuff has to come out of the ground. And mountains tend to be a great place because of what it's, you know, they're thrusting up the earth.
Just breathe it all in. Now, the reason why this is called Salmon Creek should be pretty obvious. It's called Salmon Creek because tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of salmon will use this creek to be born well upstream and go out to the Pacific Ocean, which is, you know, hundreds of miles away, just to come back years later to spawn at the same place where they'll die. Apparently, from what I've been reading, is that there are spots along this river where, you know, when the salmon run is coming up, you can actually stand here and watch the grizzly bears in the river catching the salmon. I mean, this is not the greatest spot for it, but I heard there are locations where you can do that. Now, obviously, that's still a few months away, so I'm not going to see that. But I can enjoy reading about it. Just look at this overview. Definitely your moment of zen. I do like riding in the morning for a few reasons. First, you kind of get the aspect of the sun coming up, so it can do a lot of contrast rather than riding straight during the day when the sun's overhead. So you get the shadows. The other thing is, like, you avoid a lot of the crowds because the road's gonna really start to fill up more and more as the day goes on with riders and just people just coming to enjoy it. So a lot more peace and quiet on the road. But what's not to love, you know? I don't know if anyone can really see it, but this place is just packed with campsites, campers. RVs seem to be particularly very popular around here. I mean, I don't know, but there's just a voluminous amount of fishermen. I don't know if they're out to catch breakfast, but there's a lot of people out there fishing all over this this creek. I don't know what besides salmon lives in this thing, but I'm sure there's other fish in there. I mean, this is just like a camper's dream paradise, and it is the 4th of July weekend, so you can kind of understand why they've got a lot of campers. You can see them, all their campfires going. So when it gets to midday, I bet you this road's gonna get swarmed, but right now it's pretty much all to myself, and that's the way I like it.
More often than not, this trail was just absolutely fantastic. I would absolutely recommend it for everyone. And I was just starting to get into the areas where, you know, you can see, you know, all the campers and all the fishermen, and woo, this was absolutely fantastic and highly recommended. And this is just the start.